And that's our idea for the Jungle Book series.
We like the idea, but here are some things we want you to put in the show.
Sounds legit. Hello, this is Cartoon Breakdown, and I'm the animator. Welcome to this episode wrapping up the 3 shows that were commissioned by Disney. I am, of course, referring to Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, and this show, TaleSpin. As I pointed out in my intro bit, TaleSpin sounds like a show that started out as the Jungle Book series, and the studio put a lot of mandates on it. And it worked. However, I can tell you this is far from the truth. TaleSpin got its start because Disney charged Jim Magon and Mark Zasloff to create a 30-minute cartoon series that they could produce. Both Jim and Mark were stumped as they had no restrictions on what the show could be about. Much like a kid with $100 in a toy store, there was a lot they could do. But with the deadline for the pitch approaching fast, Jim came up with the idea of basing the show around Baloo from The Jungle Book, which had been released in theaters earlier. Jim would constantly state that the show was not a spoof or spin-off from The Jungle Book. It just used Baloo as its main character. The show would take a wild departure from the movie, with Baloo now a working bear and a noticeable absence of Mowgli, who was now replaced with Kit Cloud Kicker. Tad Stones once mused that they were given the name Kit from his main character from Rescue Rangers. Baloo, voiced by Ed Gilbert, was going to be a pilot for a company called Hire for Hire, owned by Rebecca Cunningham, voiced by Sally Struthers, a new character inspired by Rebecca Howie from Cheers. Rebecca also had a daughter named Molly, voiced by Jenna Michaels. Kit Cloudkicker was voiced by J.R. Williams in some episodes and Alan Robert in others, and was to be the navigator for Baloo. The show was going to be a period piece set around the 1930s, but it was also vague on the details of the exact time frame. Louie, voiced by Jim Cummings, was also in the show as the owner of a bar in the style of Rick Blaine's bar from Casablanca. They weren't even going to add Shere Khan at first, but as the production for the show went on, they added him in as the big business CEO of Khan Industries. He was voiced by Tony Jay. Another new character they added to round out the main cast was Wildcat, voiced by Pat Fraley, who was the mechanic of the show and was often seen in the engine of the Sea Duck. The show had only 1 season containing 65 episodes. There was a preview of the show that aired on the Disney Channel May 5th to July 15th, 1990. September 7th, 1990, the 2-hour premiere movie was aired with the official release of the series. The show ran until August 8, 1991, and reruns of the show could be seen airing until September of 1994 on the Disney Afternoon. The show returned to the Disney Channel in an animated program, Block Party, on October 2, 1995. In April of 1998, the show was seen on Toon Disney until January 2006, with a hiatus between 2001 and 2002, and then from January 2007 and May 2008. The show did get a substantial amount of edits, and some episodes were outright banned. For example, the episode Flying Dupes, where Baloo is asked to deliver a package to the Thumbrian High Marshal, which turns out to be a bomb. As of today, much like all the other Disney Afternoon shows, TaleSpin isn't airing on TV anymore. If you want to watch all the episodes of the show, the good news is both Amazon and YouTube have all the episodes available to stream. Even better, the DVD also contains all 65 episodes of the show, so it's readily available when you want to watch them. Thanks for sticking with me through all 3 of these episodes. I loved them as a kid, and I love them more as an adult. Before the end of the episode, I wanted to point out something that I found out on Facebook literally between the recordings of episode 2 and the writing of this episode. And that's Disney is going to be airing their own streaming services like Netflix in 2019. Unfortunately, this also means that everything from Netflix is going to be taken off from Disney. But hey, that's a small price to pay if it means we're going to be seeing the release of all the episodes of Darkwing Duck, as well as the rest of the episodes of Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, and maybe see the release of some of our other favorite Disney shows on streaming services. Join me next time as I dive into the very dark waters of the alien world of Myrrh in search of 13 treasures of rule. I'm your host, the Animator, and this was Cartoon Breakdown. TaleSpin. TaleSpin! Like the tailspin, the rapid descent of an aircraft in a steep spiral, and the spin of the tail of the story of the Jungle Book. Oh! I get it now! Boy, do I feel dumb.